Oh, wow. It's a full house, eh?
The friction between Cabinet Secretary Kazungu Kambi and COTU boss Francis Atwoli has been in the public domain ever since Kambi took office. After an apparent lull, it was a matter of just when the two would be at each other's neck again.
We have been on the media that...
And it seemed to be finally over today when the Labour Cabinet Secretary retired the COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli and the Federation of Kenya Employers CEO Jacqueline Mugo from the NSSF board.
I have retired from the Board of Trustees, Mr. Francis Atwoli and Mrs. Jacqueline Mugo, who have served in the board for 15 years and 11 years respectively, for not complying with Section 10(3) of the Act.
The section of the Act seeks to protect the fund's property and assets of the fund. That section is silent on the matter of removal of a member from the board. Atwoli has scoffed at Kambi's move.
Kambi Kazungu, as a person and as a minister and as a government, he has no any slightest authority whatsoever under any known law of the land to retire me or to retire the representative of the Federation of Kenya Employers.
Atwoli says the NSSF Act gives him another 6 years in office. He quotes the transitional clauses of the Act, Clause 7 to be specific, which says that a person who immediately before the commencement date is an employee of the previous fund or is a member of its board of trustees shall on the commencement date continue in office and is deemed to have been appointed to his office by the board.
He's displaying his ignorance of the Act. Simple. That is how I can reply it.
So sheria ile ilitoka kule, kama ingekuwa hivyo, ingekuwa tuliruhusiwa kuwafuta tuandike wapya. But sheria ilisema wale ambao walikuwa kule, board trustees, management, wanaendelea. So that means hata hiyo miaka hiyo unahesabu. Ni msumeno sheria.
Atwoli says Kambi is fighting him for exposing corruption in the NSSF, including the 5 billion shilling Tasia project scandal, and now says 1.7 billion shillings has been misappropriated since January this year.
And this is the first time in our history that you say here is a thief and the government protects a thief and it narrows down on you. What a shame.
Big shame.
And I want to appeal to the head of state of this country. If he's serious that he wants to lead Kenya, he must protect, his government must protect the poor people's property.
COTU is not an individual property. So let us separate the two, an institution and an individual. I might have some few differences with the Atwoli, but that is normal. In fact, it's healthy.
The two have also disagreed on the newly increased NSSF deductions that have been stopped temporarily by the courts after an affiliate union of COTU filed a petition. Kambi says Atwoli reneged on the agreement.
If there's something wrong at the level of NSSF and they are part and parcel of NSSF, then they should have resigned first and take NSSF to court. Instead, they took NSSF to court and they are still part and parcel of NSSF.
They went and doctored what we had agreed as social partners. We have tried to restrain ourselves, thinking maybe the head of state, who is perceived to be a worker number one, will intervene. But because the Jubilee government wants, through Kambi Kazungu, they want to test whether we are a movement or not, I can assure them that they will know COTU is a movement.
So again, each holds their own position and the never-ending tussle between the two continues. Atwoli says COTU will make a major declaration on Sunday. Hussein Mohammed, Citizen Weekend.